Where are you from?
Japan.
This is a Japanese story. You know this story. It's a famous story in Japan. It's called Manju.
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 Yeah, you know
Manju.
this story. Mate, do you know this story? This is a famous Japanese story. I learned this story from Satomi Endo, who is also a Japanese student. And she told me this story, and now I'm going to tell it to you. It's a story about fear. Okay? There were 7 friends gathered together, and they were talking about what are they afraid of. I am afraid of snakes. They move in a zigzag. I am afraid of foxes. They turn into ghosts. I am afraid of bats. They fly at night. I am afraid of...
Fireplace.
No. I am afraid of spiders. They make sticky webs. I am afraid of caterpillars. They hide under leaves. I'm afraid of ants. They travel in long lines. Mr. Pine, what are you afraid of? Mr. Pine was lying on his tatami mat, very relaxed. I am afraid of nothing. Mr. Pine, you must be afraid of something. I'm afraid, said Mr. Pine. I am afraid of... You must be afraid of... snakes. No, if I find a snake, I wrap it round my head to keep me warm. Are you afraid of... foxes? No. If a fox turns into a ghost, I make it work for me as my slave. Aren't you afraid of bats? I catch the bat and I put it on a stick and use it as an umbrella. Aren't you afraid of spiders? I take the spider and its sticky web and I mix it together with rice to make delicious natto. Aren't you afraid of caterpillars? I take the caterpillar, I tie it to a stick and I use it as a toothbrush. Aren't you afraid of ants? I take a handful of ants and I put them on my food instead of sesame. Delicious. Yeah. Mr. Pine, what are you afraid of? I am afraid of Manju. Manju? What kind of animal is Manju? Oh, Manju is not an animal. Manju is a sweet, sticky bun. Mr. Pine was so afraid, he went into the bedroom, he lay down on the futon bed, and he went to sleep, hiding under the covers, trembling with fear. The friends had an idea. What was their idea? Yeah?
Bring some Manju.
Exactly. Bring some Manju. They went out to the market and they bought Manju. They bought sake Manju, red and white Manju, chestnut Manju, buckwheat Manju, hot Manju, What other kind of Manju? Other kind.
Brown color.
Brown Manju, yes. And?
And yellow.
Yellow Manju. Any other kinds?
No idea.
Oh well. They came back with a tray of Manju. They went to the bedroom. They opened the paper screen door. They crept inside. They put down the tray next to the bed. They crept down, closed the door, and listened. After a long time, they hear, "Oh, Manju! Manju! I am afraid! I am afraid! Oh, chestnut Manju! Oh, I'm so afraid of! Buckwheat Manju! Oh, chestnut Manju! Red and white Manju! Brown Manju! Yellow Manju! Sake Manju! Hot Manju! The friends couldn't understand. They went into the bedroom to find Mr. Pine finishing the last Manju. But Mr. Pine, aren't you afraid of Manju? Oh no, said Mr. Pine. I forgot. I'm not afraid of Manju. Mr. Pine, what are you afraid of? I am afraid. I am afraid of a nice cup of Japanese tea.
After eating the man.
Do you believe him?
No.
Japanese story. Thank you for Japanese stories. Do you know this story?
No.
You never heard it before?
No.
Popular Japanese story. Did you?
I know. I watched the TV drama.
But you're from Korea and you know Japanese story. But yeah, it's a nice story. I learned this from a Japanese student here. Now, in the...
He studied.
He studied in Japan. That's why. Could you ask your partner, are you afraid of? So what were the things? Are you afraid of? Snakes.
I like art. Like bee.
Afraid of nothing.
Like a roll of water.